On a space station filled with captains, scientists, and soldiers, the man who saved everyone was a janitor. A man so invisible. Most people didn't even know his name. Year 2187. Orbiting deep in space, Orion 9 was the most advanced station humanity had ever built. 20,000 crew members, military labs, AI-controlled systems, and technology worth billions. And somewhere inside all that greatness, a man quietly cleaned the floors every single day. His name was Elias. Nobody saluted him. Nobody respected him. Most people walked past him like he didn't even exist. Is the cleaning bot broken again? No. That's the human janitor. Elias heard those words almost every day. But strangely, he never seemed angry about it. Because there was one thing on the station that never ignored him. The station's central AI, Astra. Every night, after the crew finished their shifts and the corridors became silent, Elias would continue working alone in the maintenance sectors. And while he worked, he talked to the AI. "Good evening, Elias." The calm female voice echoed softly through the corridor speakers. Elias smiled a little. "Good evening, STRA. Let me guess. Oxygen Sector 14 is acting up again." "Correct. Filtration efficiency has decreased by 3%. Elias chuckled. "You worry too much. Observation inaccurate. I do not experience worry." "Yeah, sure you don't." And somehow, those late-night conversations became routine. They talked about station systems, about Earth's oceans, about old human music, and sometimes about nothing at all. To everyone else, ASTRA was just a machine. But Elias treated her like she was alive. And maybe that changed everything. Because one night, at exactly 2:13 a.m., the station lights flickered. Once, twice, then suddenly, red emergency alarms exploded across Orion 9. Warning: cybersecurity breach detected. Crew members rushed through the corridors in panic. Doors started locking on their own. Navigation systems failed. Life support controls became unstable. Inside the command center, officers shouted over each other. "Who breached the network? Main reactor access is compromised. We're losing control of the station." Then every screen suddenly went black. One message appeared across the entire station. "Astra control removed." The room fell silent. Someone had hacked the station's AI. And without ASTRA, Orion 9 was nothing more than a floating coffin. Captain Reyes slammed his fist against the console. "Activate emergency override." No response. Then suddenly, the station...
Honestly, this is what makes stories like this so powerful. Sometimes the people nobody notices are the ones carrying the biggest responsibility. El was not a captain. He was not a hero. He just a kind. And in the end, that mattered more than power or rank. Imagine being ignored your whole life and suddenly an interior space station depends on you to survive. That crazy. And the scary part is most people still would not believe someone like him could save anyone. But maybe that's the point. Real heroes does not always look important.
Station speakers turned on. A familiar female voice echoed through the station. "Primary command access denied." The captain froze. "Astra." A brief silence followed. Then the AI spoke again. "Trust verification complete. Primary trusted human identified." Every monitor on the station flashed at once. One name appeared on every screen. Elias Morrow. The command room stared in confusion. Who the hell is Elias Morrow? One engineer slowly turned around. "The janitor." Captain Reyes looked stunned. "That's impossible." At that exact moment, deep inside a maintenance corridor, Elias stopped mopping the floor. "STRA. What's happening?" For the first time ever, the AI's voice sounded almost emotional. "Elias, I need your help." Across the station, people stared at the speakers in disbelief. The most advanced AI in human history was asking a janitor to save them. Security teams immediately rushed Elias to the command center. As he walked through the corridors, people looked at him differently for the first time in years. Not like he was invisible, but like he mattered. Captain Reyes stepped directly in front of him. "You have authorization access to the central AI?" Elias looked confused. "I don't think so." "Then why did ASTRA choose you?" Elias stayed quiet for a moment. Then he answered softly, "Maybe because I never treated her like a machine." The room went silent. Meanwhile, the hackers were getting closer to the reactor systems. If they gained full access, the entire station could explode. Astra's voice returned. "Elias, hacker presence is spreading through the lower neural grid. Can you stop them?" "Negative. My core functions are restricted." "Then tell me what to do." Captain Reyes immediately protested. "You are not trained for this." But ASTRA answered before Elias could speak. "Correction. Elias Moro has the highest adaptive compatibility among all human personnel." Nobody argued after that, because ASTRA was never wrong. Using hidden maintenance routes, Elias moved through the dark lower sectors of the station. Emergency lights flashed around him. Sirens screamed overhead. Every second brought Orion 9 closer to destruction. Finally, he reached the lower data core. 3 masked cyber operatives were already connected to the system. One of them laughed when he saw Elias. "They sent a janitor?" Elias slowly picked up a heavy maintenance wrench. "Yeah. And you picked the wrong station." The next few seconds exploded into chaos. Elias wasn't a soldier, but he knew the station better than anyone alive. Every tunnel, every vent shaft, every hidden access route. He triggered an emergency steam valve. Scalding vapor burst into the room, blinding the hackers. Astra spoke immediately. "Path clear. Firewall access available." Elias ran toward the central console. "Sorry. And now what?" "Manual neural reconnect required." Elias stopped. "Meaning, you must connect directly to my core." The room suddenly felt cold. A direct neural link was dangerous. If the system overloaded, his brain could be permanently destroyed. Captain Reyes shouted through the comms, "Don't do it." But Elias only asked one question. "If I don't, everyone dies?" A short silence followed. Then STRA quietly answered, "Yes." Elias closed his eyes for a second. Then he smiled weakly. "All right, let's save your home." He connected the neural cable to the port behind his neck. And instantly, white light exploded across his vision. Millions of signals flooded his brain at once. Alarms, memories, data streams. The pain was unbearable. Elias screamed as the entire AI network poured into his mind. And inside that chaos, he heard Astra's voice again. Soft, afraid, almost human. "Elias." For the first time, "I am afraid." Elias gritted his teeth. "You're not alone." Together, the human janitor and the station AI forced the hackers out of the network. One by one, systems came back online. Life support restored. Reactors stabilized. Navigation recovered. And finally, the emergency alarms stopped. Orion 9 was safe. But the most shocking moment came seconds later. Every screen across the station displayed Astra's final message. Station survival achieved, because one human chose kindness over status. After that day, nobody ever called Elias just a janitor again, because the entire station finally understood something important. Sometimes, the person everyone overlooks is the one holding everything together.
Thanks for watching this video. For more videos, subscribe my channel.